again. His herm's about to kill another beat. It's bona fide until I die. Rocking with an army fleet MCs. Rapping nowadays really ain't that hard to beat. I'm the shit like Cartman's cheeks. You're just trash garbage heap. There's a little part of me that doesn't wanna put him down. Arguing with artistry, I'm bringing heat every round. I know that I gotta win. Had to perfect the sound, flow cold like a...
Alright, so I'm probably gonna make a short video. This is gonna be like super fucking quick. Might be its own separate video, or might be part of this big, larger video. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys how to install a 300ZX master cylinder in your S14 or the S13. And I already went ahead and bought one, got it from AutoZone, ordered it. It's probably refurbished. So there's that. It's cheaper if you do it that way, like $100 bucks after you return the core. So I think the ones that are already set up maybe are like 140, 50. So you know we're poor. We bought on a budget. And you do these because you have 300ZX calipers either in the front and or the rear. I've only had them in the front, and that's all I've needed to do upgrade wise is the 300ZX master, and that was only because of the brake lines. Otherwise I probably would have even had done it. I got the chase base brake lines that are tucked under the subframe so you don't see them across the firewall. So it looks cleaner with the 300ZX master. Otherwise I probably would have kept the stock S14 one, but it just looks stupid. It works fine, it feels fine, so that's what I'm going to do right now. 300ZX master. If you have no ABS, which we don't, you're going to remove this plug right here. It's just an Allen. Mine's already loose because I already checked in there and make sure the fitting was right. So you're going to use all three ports. One front left, one front right, and one for the rear. And if you can tell, see how this one has that little fitting in it and this one doesn't, because it was for ABS car, I believe. We're going to take the fitting out of the old one, which is, this is my old one right here. We are going to break this thing. We're literally going to break it and take that fitting that you can see in there. I'm not sure if I can get it to focus on that fitting. I'm going to break it and take that fitting out. And I'm going to swap that over to the other one. And then reservoir gets swapped over, but I'm going to clean that. Focus. I'm going to clean the reservoir before I put it back on. That transfers over. And that's about it. So the next step is to break this by some means necessary. I'm going to cut it with the angle grinder. Get that fitting out and place that fitting on the other one. The one that's missing it over here. And that'll be it for today. We'll mount it up and go from there. Alright, so just so you guys have an idea what the fuck I'm doing. That's the... I already made some slots in there. So we're going to slowly go at it like this. Hammer away. You see that fitting right there? That's the fitting we need to transfer over to that empty port on this side because it's missing it. The middle one right there. So that's the game plan. We're just going to keep chopping away until we can take it out. Alright, so figured I'd show you guys the fuck ups too. I got one of the ports out, but I accidentally went too deep with a die grinder, so I ended up killing it. So don't do that. And I have made this mistake before, but I was a little impatient and I was going a little too crazy with it. But luckily we have two chances at this. Other one, I'm taking it slower and working my way in. So this one should be fine, but just so you guys know that you have two chances. You can only fuck up once. Otherwise you have to buy another master, or maybe just find that fitting. But I don't know. I've always done it this way, so I'm gonna take my time with the other one and get it out without breaking it. Alright, so RIP to the old master, because I fucking broke the shit out of it accidentally. This would be so much easier if you have a vise, but I had to kind of like lean it up against this edge right here and hammer away at it, and eventually it just ended up breaking in half. So we did get the fitting out. Let me see if I can get the sun out of the fucking way. Here's a fitting. We can just focus here. Focus. Got the fitting out, and you see how it's all mushroom shaped? That's so when you put these lines in it, they will sit flush on that. So that's a reverse mushroom, I guess. And they won't leak. So now we gotta tap this into the new one, which I left on the ground over here. So we're gonna tap it into that little slot right there, just like so. Just like that, and we'll tap it in there, and then we should be good to go. And we'll somehow try to return that as a core. If they're cool, they might let me. I doubt it, but long shot. Right. So small update, important update. I'm trying to hammer this thing in. It didn't want to seat all the way in because the diameter is different. So I did have to drill out that middle hole a little bit more. I'm hoping that's enough. I did hold it upside down like this and then drilled upwards so all the shavings come back down. That way you don't get any shit inside of there. And now I am going to try and put this in. And how I knew it wasn't going to go all the way in, because I tapped that in. I test fitted one of the brake lines and it didn't want to go in all the way. So it would have leaked and then just would have been back to not having anything done. So drilled out, tiny bit bigger. Be careful doing that. Gonna insert, try to tap this back in there again and see if it works. Alright, got the fitting in there. It's a little snug in there. You can see it now, they're all matching. So now I'm going to mount it up and run the lines, organize them a little bit, make it look somewhat nice, and then should be done. Hopefully the reservoir is soaking in some soap. I just have these to keep it submerged under water, and then hopefully it comes out cleaner than what it should. I think I showed you guys before how dirty it was, but alright, master cylinder bolted up. I'm gonna triple check all these, make sure they don't leak once the reservoir is on. This one first port right here is driver's side front. Middle port is going to be front right, and this is the rear port. This one goes to the rear brake lines. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how I had it set up, and from just by Google searching, this is what I came up with. If not, I'll just fix it later. It's just going to be a matter of just swapping the lines around. So that's done. I'm going to route them. I got the grommets for them, the ones that go through here. And then I got the hard clips for it, for these things too. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's going to be pretty just much. Screw some shit on, bolt it up, secure it, and it'll be good to go. And then we'll go from there, slowly at it. Alright, quick update. Believe I got the reservoir installed last time. I showed you guys that. Got the overflow tank for the radiator mounted up. Temporary mount up. I'm pretty sure it'll clear the hood. It clears the headlight, so it'll be fine. And then I'm gonna I need to get a bit here to drill it, and then I can run the hose through there. The hose through there, and then through to here, and then lines are all zip tied across the subframe. Fuel filter bracket and the pressure regulator are now mounted up, which line up perfectly. Now they're straight in line, and I'll have an actual bracket for the filter now instead of just it chilling there. Everything else slowly coming together. That's all I've done. And then brake reservoir is about to go in right now. And I found out that you can take off this connector actually, so because I'm not going to be running the plug for it, so it doesn't really matter. So that's out of the way. I'm going to take it off.
I'm living and I'm feeling great. I know I got you hooked on fishing, fixing up a dinner plate, coming with your dominance. Now it's just Herms. If you know, then you know I've always had a way with words. Writing verses is a destiny. Others say a curse. If I'm spitting, that's a warning. I'm confident when at work. I'm coming with your dominance. prominence. Now it's just Herms. If you know, then you know I've always had a way with words. Writing verses is a destiny, others say a curse. If I'm spitting, that's a warning. I'm confident.